The Emily is Away series has always been known for being an interesting choose-your-own-adventure series under the veil of nostalgia. Emily is Away 3 is no different, but what it does change is completely ditching the AOL Instant Messenger trick for a parody look at Facebook, or rather Facenook in this case. Ultimately, the 6-chapter adventure captures those late high school feelings of falling in and out of love as you balance out the stress of leaving for college. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, maybe hit the bell icon, and share the video with your friends if you find the video useful. Now let's get into this review, starting with the story. Now I want to preface that this game is all about story and choices like any other visual novel, so I'm going to make this review short and sweet to avoid spoiling anything in the game. Emily is Away 3 stars you, a high school boy in the middle of their senior year. Your best friend Matt is dating a girl named Kelly, and your two closest female friends haven't really been talking about since an earlier incident in high school. Things are weird, life is constantly changing, and pretty soon everyone will be off to college living their own lives. It's a setting all too familiar to anyone that's graduated high school, and for someone that's recently graduated college, it's nostalgic for me, bringing back both great and bad memories. Now, despite what you see in terms of gameplay for this review, this is in fact a choose-your-own-adventure game. You can play this game and result in multiple different endings, whether you end up dating one person, alone, or just end up with your friends. It's a story with plenty of paths for you to choose from and ultimately create your own story. By the end of it, you get a neat little timeline of these events, including online stats for the number of players that got each different ending. While some of the writing could come off as cheesy, it's authentic to that era of 2008 high school, and honestly helped me realize how cringy a lot of us were back in high school. Nevertheless, I found it bittersweet, especially by the ending I originally got, and I think that's partially because how, now playing this as an adult, I have that insight on relationships and how they play out, reliving them now, and it's oddly therapeutic. Upon starting Emily is Away 3, you'll see a Windows XP-like boot up that includes a retro-style wallpaper for your Mac or PC. The actual game runs as if it were a parody of Facebook called Facenook. You'll spend most of your time here messaging your friends, posting on their walls, and reading survey notes. While it's not the full-fledged website recreated, it's reminiscent of classic Facebook, way before the obnoxious ads and political warfare overtook the platform. At this point, it's just friends being social as the platform was meant to be. There's plenty of callbacks to it, from your friends sending you music playlists to this game's version of YouTube, to even taking relationship quizzes. It's weird, like taking a portal to the past, and to me at least, feeling like I was in high school again. For better and for worse, that includes the toxic thoughts a lot of teenagers probably had on Facebook. Ultimately, Emily is Away 3 tells its story through messages and choices that you can make that branch off to different scenarios. Whether it's hiding a secret, going to one party over another, or just confronting something in a certain way, your story will change. It's for this reason that there's plenty of replay value with this title, though I found myself honestly not too eager to replay it right away. Like the first two games, I wanted those emotions to settle for a while before ever attempting them again. In a way, I thought it was self-reflective of my own thoughts and how they projected into the character that I played as. Emily is Away 3 briefly recreates the feeling of being on classic Facebook. Whereas the first two games aim to recreate the feeling of AOL Instant Messenger, Emily is Away 3 goes a step forward to try to make the setting feel authentic. You turn on the game to a Windows XP-like boot up and you get a custom Windows XP or Mac OS X Snow Leopard wallpaper to recreate that era's computer age. All the websites you visit feel like they did back in 2008 through 2009, and even references to music and films are there. It's a setting that perfectly captures those late 2000s, and with this being a PC and Mac exclusive, it only felt more real. Personally, I would have loved to play this on the CRT for a bit more authenticity, but regardless, this game's presentation was able to take me back in time. Emily is Away 3 is a small indie project without a big budget, so it makes sense that they had to cut some corners when it came to music. But this move is quite brilliant. Throughout the game, the only thing you'll hear is the sound of your computer's CRT display and the fans in the background, once again recreating the setting of what a computer in 2008 would probably sound like. There isn't any music in the game, officially at least. Instead, the music comes from YouTube, where your friends send you playlists to listen to. Like when you and your crush probably shared music together, you'd let the playlist play in the background as you texted back and forth, and it's the exact same thing here. I thought it was charming and incredibly clever with how it was used during the endgame credits. Emily is Away 3 is a fantastic story-driven game that fleshes out its writing and branching paths while keeping true to the nostalgic lens that made the series so popular. By the end of my playthrough, I felt sad but happy by the ending I got. I felt right by the choices I had made, and even though it didn't end perfectly, I had known that life and relationships aren't always like that, and it's that sense of maturity in writing that I think caught my eye. I'm sure I'll go back and play a different path in the future, but for now, this is a game and playthrough I just want to be lost in my feelings with. Thank you for watching my review. Again, sorry it's kind of a short one. I didn't want to spend too much time on it because of spoilers, plus truth be told, at the time of writing this, I just got my second vaccine and boy I'm feeling the side effects, so maybe it's also best you don't hear my brain right now. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned because I'll be covering Pokemon Snap and Returnal later this month. I also just revamped my Discord server, so if you haven't joined, be sure to do so. The link is in the description. I'll see you all in the next video.